I'm your host, TaSheena Braxton, and I am on a mission to disrupt the industry standard that fancy titles make leaders and teaching my clients how to become leaders and get their own seats at the table. Every week, I will explore a topic that impacts women of color. I will unpack the topic and provide learning so that you can feel equipped to step into leadership. I went from laid off to an entry-level job to a mid-level multiple six figures role where I wasn't the highest on the org chart, but I was able to sit in rooms with CEOs, CFOs, and CMOs without a fancy title. As a mom of 4, a wife, and the eldest daughter of 6, I know what it means to lead in every aspect of your life and to be able to translate that into the workplace. Welcome to the Leadership Beyond the Title podcast. So glad to have you here. Now let's get into it. Welcome back to Leadership Beyond the Title podcast, the podcast where we talk about what it means to lead boldly without waiting on a fancy job title or anyone's permission. I'm your host, TaSheena Braxton, and today's episode is going to hit home for a lot of you because this episode is for every woman of color who knows she's capable of more, but keeps hitting a wall because the people around her aren't invested in her success. We're diving into what to do when you're ready to grow as a leader, build your skills, expand your influence, but your boss or your manager, they are just not showing up for you. They're not advocating for you, and they're not even coaching you. And yet, they keep raising the expectations. So how do you build your skills and your leadership when the support just isn't there? Today, I'm going to give you 3 ways to build your skills, to grow your confidence, and to stretch you as a leader without needing a single ounce of permission from your boss. So first things first, let's stop pretending like your boss is the reason why you are not growing. If you've been waiting for your manager to give you a development plan or to invest in your growth or to even see your potential, you're waiting on something that is never coming. Let me tell you a personal story. When I decided I wanted to get my coaching certification, my boss was not trying to hear it. First, they told me that coaching had nothing to do with my job. And then they told me that they were not going to sponsor the training by paying for it. I had absolutely no support at all. And I just thought it was just so odd that my boss would tell me this because I'm working as an administrative assistant. I'm working with people all the time. People are always coming to me for advice. They want to know, best practices, how to do things. Like, why wouldn't coaching be the thing that is equal or in alignment to my job that I had at that time? But whatever, they didn't want to support me. They didn't want to invest in me. So I literally had to make a decision for myself. I can either stay small and wait or just allow them to shut my dreams down, or I could have my own back. So I sat down with my man, who was literally just my man back then. We were not engaged. We weren't married. And I told him what I wanted to do, and he was on board without me having to beg or plead my case. He said, cool, let's figure it out. Right? Everybody wants a man like that. Yes, yes. And he helped me pay for it. He watched our kids every weekend that I had training and was just so on board with helping me grow in this way and to develop myself and just to have my back when the people at work didn't. And this became a turning point for me because I realized I actually didn't need a title. I don't need a manager to validate me. And nobody was going to invest in me the way that I could. I can lead my own damn career. I just had to trust that my growth didn't need anybody else's approval. And if you are listening to this, I want you to know you too. So let's break this down. Here are 3 ways to grow your skills when your boss is literally MIA, like not interested in your growth, not even checking in with you to see what's going on with you or what you want next. Here are 3 things that you can do. But first, let me explain something to you. Most women of color I coach have been conditioned to wait. Wait for a manager to tell you that you're ready. Wait for someone to tap you on the shoulder and offer you a development opportunity. Or wait for your company to fund a training, approve a promotion, or to even notice you and your growth. But here's what I want you to understand. Waiting is not a leadership strategy. If you want to grow and if you want to build capability, it starts with you deciding that you're worth investing in, even if your job never does. Let me say that again. You, my friend, are worth investing in, even if your job never sees it or never thinks that you are, or if they never invest in you at all. So the first strategy, the first thing to do is to make your own damn plan. Yeah, I said it. Make your own plan. Don't wait for a performance review to discover your strengths. We are not doing that in 2025. You know what you want and you know how you want to grow. Maybe it's visibility and strategy. Maybe it's decision making. Maybe it's how to actually rest. If they are not going to give you a formal development plan, you build one. You start building the curriculum for your own leadership. You have to ask yourself, what are the gaps between where you are now and where you want to go? And then look at your leadership, your communication, your time management, your strategic thinking, and start filling those gaps. You can do this by going to find the resources in books, by reading different books. You can invest in different courses. You can hire a coach, because you actually don't need a corporate stamp of approval to get going in your career. If you want to lead, start acting like the CEO of your growth. You can literally build your own curriculum and it'll be way more aligned than anything HR or your manager would ever put together, because who knows you better than you know yourself? So today, pick one leadership skill you want to grow this month and then write it down. That's your first marching order that I have for you. Now, the second thing that you can do is use your current job as your lab or your playground. I like this framing. I always say when you're in some type of training or job, like this is literally the place where you can practice and build those skills that you are looking to build over time. I remember when I was in a leadership program and it was over 4 different retreats that lasted for 6 days each. I was like, this is literally the playground to try things out, to discover who I am as a leader. So I want you to do that with your job. And it's going to take you first to stop thinking that you'll develop when you get the better role, and start thinking the role is my leadership lab. The current role you have is the lab to play, is the playground to play. You also need to stop thinking this job isn't giving me opportunities, and start saying, I create the opportunities everywhere I go. Just having this reframing and this reset in your mind will be so important as you develop and as you continue to move forward, because people all the time are going to try to stop you. They're going to try to make you not want to keep going. They're going to put barriers in your way. But if you have this mindset that this role is a way for you to develop those skills, even when they don't want to fund it, even when they don't want to give you the time off, or that you always are creating opportunities everywhere you go, this is going to be like the key to moving forward in those moments. Listen, your job might not be sexy, because I can hear you right now like, TaSheena, you don't know. This job is boring. It's like repetitive, or it's, whatever, all the things, right? It might not be sexy. It might be frustrating, but I don't care what your job title is. Your current role is a playground for skill building, literally. So if you don't like your job and you're like, oh, I hate this job, think about what skill you're building at that time. You're building the skill to learn how to navigate unpleasant environments. You're building the skill of patience. You're building the skill of trying to develop this role into something that actually is meaningful. You are building skills even in a job that you don't like. So just think about it. Take some time to really think about what's the skill that you're building. And then while you're building this skill, some ways you can do that is to raise your hand for a messy project, something that's not well thought out, but something that you might be interested in. You might have some great ideas and some creativity behind it. Raise your hand. Volunteer to cross collaborate. So there may be another team, another department. Volunteer to collaborate with them on something. Maybe you even lead the next team meeting. Something as simple as ensuring that the agenda is going the way it should go, being the time cop and making sure that you're adhering to the time. That could be a way. Or literally just fix that broken system nobody wants to touch. So we all know technology is always something wrong. Fix it. Find a way to fix it. So that is the way that you prove or you show up as a leader. Let me tell you, I joined the fun team. Yes, a fun team. It was called the fun team, culture building for the different employees. I've also joined employee resource groups. And at that time, I was just a member. I wasn't really leading anything. I just became a member because, listen, I'm nosy anyway. So joining these teams not only helped me to build skills, but it gave me the information I needed about what was happening around me. It's kind of like I was getting insider information because now I'm getting to know the senior leaders who care about those things. I'm learning what initiatives are coming down the pipeline before they get there and how we play a role. And then I'm just learning about the people around me. So it literally helps to have some type of insider information. Your current job can stretch you if you are willing to stop avoiding discomfort and start seeing opportunity. You have to treat every task like it's prepping you for the next level because it is. Okay? So that's what I want you to do is I want you to really look at okay, the mindset, the reframe is this current job is my playground. This is the lab where I'm experimenting and doing different things. That's the second thing. Now, the third thing is you can build your own circle that isn't tied to your manager. Sometimes we call this the board of directors. We call it your allyship team. We call it just simply your circle, even your network. Because if your boss isn't supporting you or developing you, that doesn't mean no one else will. So building a network will help you to get the support that you need. This might be a mentor, a coach, a peer, somebody who gets it. You actually don't need one magical mentor to give you the blueprint. There could be tons of people around you for very specific things. Maybe you have somebody who's a good connector. Maybe you have somebody who's a good strategic partner. Maybe you have somebody who's just your business bestie. Whatever it is, get you that network because you're going to need a circle of people who hold you accountable to your vision, to where you want to go and not to your limitations. It's nothing worse than having yes men around you or people who don't try to hold you accountable or push you into where they can see you to go. They can see where you can go. So I want you to get those people around you. Surround yourself with people who reflect your power back to you because you're strong and you have so much power and so much potential. And you need somebody who can mirror that back to you, especially in those times when you see those barriers and things that are just in the way. And then you also need to have people who aren't intimidated by your ambition. This one is heavy because sometimes we get around people who are secretly jealous of you and they are intimidated. And that could even be your boss who doesn't want to see you grow because they know how powerful you can be. So you want to get some other people around you who are not intimidated. I remember having a manager like that who was so intimidated by me that was literally trying to block an opportunity that I had rightfully interviewed for and got. And so I want you to make sure that you get the right people around you. People also that are important are the people who won't gaslight you out of your leadership, who won't say things like, oh yeah, you're not good for that. Or did you really think that you did that by yourself? Or do you really think you can actually do that? Don't have those people around you. Okay. Have the people who are actually going to be there for you and have your back. Stop waiting for your boss to say you're ready, because you don't need them to say that you're ready. Say it to your damn self. Tell yourself that you're ready, and then go after exactly what you want. So your next step is going to reach out to somebody that you admire, somebody who you know will be a great resource for you, and ask for a 15-minute conversation. That's it. One move, one connection. That is exactly how it starts. So let me ask you something. What story are you telling yourself about why you cannot grow right now? Are you waiting for permission to grow? Because deep down, you still think you need the permission. You still think somebody has to give you the green light or, check the box to say you're ready to go forward. And be honest. Where are you actually giving your power away to people who aren't even thinking about you? Like this boss of mine who didn't want me to get my coaching certification wasn't thinking about me. So if they're not thinking about me, why am I concerned or worried or waiting on them to give me permission for something? They're not thinking about me, so I got to think about me, and I have to go forward. Okay? Some of y'all are probably listening to this and thinking, well, I should have been doing this already. I should have been. And I want you to know that you are not behind. You can decide this right now. And that's the powerful thing about leadership, is that you get the choice and you get the permission and the privilege to make decisions for yourself. No one is going to prioritize your growth more than you. And that's not sad, right? Because sometimes we think, oh my God, nobody's going to get me to where I want to go. Like I have to do it all by myself. That's not a bad thing at all. It's very liberating to know that that is possible for you to do, because when you have the power to determine where your career goes, that feels so good. I always say what a privilege it is to look back and say, I don't owe anyone anything because I did the damn thing. And there is at no point, at no time where my boss or anyone else that was around me during this coaching experience who didn't want to fund my coaching can come back and say they helped me, because no, you didn't. You told me it had nothing to do with my current job. This is exactly what I work with my clients every single day. I help them inside of my one-on-one coaching to build careers that pay them well, that stretch their leadership, and it literally feels like freedom. It feels like there's a lot of freedom in that. You don't need to work twice as hard or wait for your manager to grow. You need a strategy, a mirror, and someone who's going to remind you that you're already a damn leader. So I want to invite you to work with me in my one-on-one leadership coaching program. And it's for you if you're ready to grow your skills, your visibility, and your paycheck. You can book a one-on-one sales call with me in the show notes, the link in the show notes, and let's talk about what's next for you. All right, y'all, that is it for today's episode. Remember, leadership isn't something someone gives you. It's something you decide to embody starting right now. I'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Leadership Beyond the Title podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, hit like, follow, and leave a comment. Share with your friends, family members, and other women of color leaders. Inside my one-on-one leadership coaching program, I will help you become the leader that you want to be with work-life integration and peace. By tapping into networks, growing your visibility and confidence, you will go from untapped, unseen, and underrepresented to attracting opportunities to take your career and your life to the next level. I use an equity-centered lens in my approach so that you feel seen, safe, empowered, excited, and committed to attract, create, and land opportunities in an unconventional way. To work with me, join my email newsletter, or to learn more about me, click the links in the show notes. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to being your coach. See you next week.